Game 3 of the Kelly Cup playoffs for the Toledo Walleye less than 48 hours away. And if it looks anything like games 1 and 2, the Walleye will be well on their way to a sweep. Yes, game 1 was tight, but game 2 not even close in any facet of the game. The series moving from the Glass City to Fort Wayne this Wednesday night. And with that, here he is once again, never fails us, Matt Melzak, the voice of hockey in Toledo. Matt, you have had to talk me off the ledge more than once in this past season.
I think it's actually the count is at 5, but that's just off the top of my head.
I have a lot of insecurity issues. But today I am overflowing with confidence in what I have seen in the first 2 games in this series. It's done. Let's go to round 2, right?
Well, yeah, I think you're right. Actually, I think Toledo's in a great spot, and there's no question about it. Great start to the series. Better than you probably could have hoped for.
Yes.
And you know what? Fort Wayne gave a pretty good shot in game 1, and then game 2. I mean, my goodness. That was about as good of a game as Toledo may have played in years. I mean, it was just dynamic from how suffocating they were defensively. I mean, let's face it, Pat Nagel didn't have to do an awful lot.
No.
23 shots, most of them came in the third when the game was 5-0. Ended up being 6-zip. So, I mean, it was just suffocating the way Toledo did not allow Fort Wayne to ever really get started in that game. And I thought it was so impressive on that side of the ice. I mean, everyone talks about, the offense. Hey, you scored 6 goals. Yes, and Toledo can do that. They've had that all year long. They've had the offense. There's no doubt about that. The defensive side is where we were a lot during the year.
Yeah.
And then to see them put up that kind of a performance, the way they have held guys like Sean Sidlowski and Justin Hodgman, really terrific. J.C. Campagna, these terrific goal scoring and playmakers. The way they've held them from doing anything through 2 games is extremely impressive.
Also impressive, we talked about this before we went into the playoffs. Officiating changes, you were talking about maybe we need some speed guys, some finesse guys. I said, let's get the big guys out there. And I think the first period or so, the first few minutes of that second game were a huge indication that you got to be physical to win a series.
Yeah, you have to be. You have to have that part of the game. It's not just having guys that are going to drop the gloves. Toledo has that. They can do that. Every team's got somebody that can be that kind of enforcer guy, and Toledo's had that in the past years too. The difference is when you got guys that can play that physical game. Ben Storm running around hitting everybody that moves. Brian Moore running around hitting everybody that moves. Defensively, Brendan Kotick has shown his strides with the physical side of the game. Kevin Tansey always delivers big hits. So, I mean, you've got guys that are physical in a positive way. And those things wear teams out. And we've seen it for Toledo on the other side, when they've had to go against teams that have been overly physical. And it's not that Toledo's overly physical because they got their skill guys. Shane Birchback isn't going out there running in the corner. But then when you see Tyler Spezia, these things get infectious, okay? So now you watch Tyler Spezia flies into the corner, big hit. Zach Gallant goes in, big hit in the corner. Those things matter. And they wear teams down over the course of a series. If you're the team that's delivering, you're the team that's being aggressive, it usually can result in good things. And that's what has happened for Toledo.